Hello and welcome back to the fourth lesson of Unit 8. We're going to start this lesson by reviewing what you learned in the previous lesson about the past. In the previous lesson, you learned how we make the past of the verb to be. So here you have the subjects and here you have the verbs. Here you have the past and here you have the present. So for the subjects I, he, she, and it, we use was or wasn't. Was is for the positive form and wasn't is for the negative form. For you, we, and they, we use were. Were for the positive form and weren't for the negative form. In the present, it's different. I, he, she, and it, we use is for the positive form and isn't for the negative form. For you, we, and they, we use are for the positive form and aren't for the negative form. Okay? Now let's practice. Here you have a picture of a boy today, and today he is drinking coffee next to the fireplace. Okay? While he's drinking his coffee, he's thinking about yesterday. So I want you to look at the picture of yesterday and answer the questions. Where were the people? Where were they? You're looking for a place. What was the weather like? Look at the picture and describe the weather. And number 3, what were they wearing? Okay, so pause the video, take a piece of paper, pen or a pencil, and write the answers. Okay? You need to remember that your answers need to be in the past. So I want you to make sentences in the past using the verb to be. Are you ready? Let's start with the first question. Where were the people? Look, you have swings, you have trees, so they were in the park. They were in the park. Look at the verb to be. They, because you have they, we say were. They were in the park. Number 2, what was the weather like? So look at the trees, look at the leaves on the floor. So what is the answer? It was cold and windy. It was cold and windy. Look at their scarves, they're flying. So it was windy. We have it, so we need to use was. It was cold and windy. Number 3, what were they wearing? Both of them, look at them. So they were wearing coats, orange for the child and brown for grandpa, scarves, so purple for the boy and orange for grandpa, and hats, again purple for the boy and orange for grandpa. Okay, I want you to correct your answers with a green pen. Okay, good. Now I want you to open your pupil's book to page 75. Here, this is a song. So the boy is talking about or is singing about his day yesterday. Okay, so here you have the words and here you have the pictures. So you need to write the right word for the correct picture. The correct word for the correct picture. We're gonna do the first one together, okay? So here it says coat. You have a picture, coat, sweater, and scarf. So what is this picture? It's a hat. Very good. So here you have to write the word hat. So the sentence becomes hat, coat, sweater, and scarf. Okay? Now I want you to pause the video and I want you to write the right words, the correct words next to the right picture. Okay? Using a pencil. Ready? Now you're going to listen and check. You're going to listen and check your answers.
Pupils Book, page 75. 9. Read and complete. Then listen and check.
Hat, coat, sweater and scarf. It was cold and windy in the park. Cold and windy. Hat, coat, sweater and scarf. It was cold and windy in the park. Cold and windy. It was grey and cloudy. There wasn't any sun. There weren't many children. It wasn't much fun. Hat, coat, sweater and scarf. It was cold and windy in the park. Cold and windy. Hat, coat, sweater and scarf. It was cold and windy in the park. Cold and windy. There wasn't a rainbow. There wasn't any snow. Grandpa and I were ready to go. Hat, coat, sweater and scarf. It was cold and windy in the park. Cold and windy. Hat, coat, sweater and scarf. It was cold and windy in the park. Cold and windy. Back at home, it was much better. With a hot drink and my big red sweater. Hat, coat, sweater and scarf. It was cold and windy in the park. Cold and windy. Hat, coat, sweater and scarf. It was cold and windy in the park. Cold and windy. Windy in the park. Windy in the park. Windy in the park.
All right. Now let's check your answers with a green pen, okay? So, hat, sorry. Hat, coat, sweater and scarf. It was cold and windy in the park. Cold and windy. It was gray and cloudy. There wasn't any sun. There weren't many children. It wasn't much fun. Hat, coat, sweater and scarf. It was cold and windy in the park. Cold and windy. There wasn't a rainbow. There wasn't any snow. Grandpa and I were ready to go. Hat, coat, sweater and scarf. It was cold and windy in the park. Cold and windy. Back at home it was much better, with a hot drink and my big red sweater. Hat, coat, sweater and scarf. It was cold and windy in the park. Cold and windy. Windy in the park. Okay? Pause the video. Make sure that you've corrected all of your answers with a green pen. And now let's have some fun. you're going to listen again and sing along, okay? I want you to sing with the song and I want you to dance if you want to, okay? Let's do it.
Pupils Book, page 75. 9. Read and complete. Then listen and check.
Hats, coats, sweater and scarf. It was cold and windy in the park. Cold and windy. Hats, coats, sweater and scarf. It was cold and windy in the park. Cold and windy. It was grey and cloudy. There wasn't any sun. There weren't many children. It wasn't much fun. Hats, coats, sweater and scarf. It was cold and windy in the park. Cold and windy. Hats, coats, sweater and scarf. It was cold and windy in the park. Cold and windy. There wasn't a rainbow. There wasn't any snow. Grandpa and I were ready to go. Hats, coats, sweater and scarf. It was cold and windy in the park. Cold and windy. Hats, coats, sweater and scarf. It was cold and windy in the park. Cold and windy. Back at home, it was much better. With a hot drink and my big red sweater. Hats, coats, sweater and scarf. It was cold and windy in the park. Cold and windy. Hats, coats, sweater and scarf. It was cold and windy in the park. Cold and windy. Windy in the park. Windy in the park. Windy in the park.
Alright guys, very good. I hope that you enjoyed my singing as well. Okay, now on the same page, page 75 on your pupils book, here I want you to make some sentences. So let's practice all the vocabulary that you learned in this unit. So here you have, look, 3 pictures, and these 3 pictures describe the weather, different types of weather, okay? And here you have 3 girls. They are wearing different clothes according to the weather. Now, you're going to make sentences using the weather, one picture of the weather with the right clothes for the weather. So you have the first one done for you as an example. It was hot and sunny, that's picture number 1. So she was in a t-shirt, that's picture B. It was hot and sunny, picture A, so she was in a t-shirt. Now, you need to write 2 more sentences, 2 and 3, describing the weather and describing what the girl was wearing. Okay? Now pause the video and write the sentences. Remember, you already have the weather, and you have what's the girl wearing. You just need to make a sentence. All right, pause the video and write 2 more sentences with a pencil on your books or on a piece of paper. Okay? When you're ready, you can play the video, and here are some possible answers that you may have. So the first one was an example. It was hot and sunny, so she was in a t-shirt. That's picture 1 with picture B. Now, number 2, it was cold and snowy, so she was in a sweater and a scarf. It was cold and snowy. She was in a sweater and a scarf. That's picture 2 with picture A. Number 3, it was rainy and wet, so she was in a hat and a coat. That's picture 3 with picture C. Okay? Good. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed today's lesson, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.